London Business School's Women in Leadership program addresses a fundamental need. In this day and age, women are still vastly underrepresented at the top of business organizations and also in the roles that lead to the top. And progress has been slow, even stalled, over the last decade. So what happens is, if you go to a mixed gender educational program, executive program for high potential people moving up, chances are as a woman, you're going to be in the minority. When you're in the minority, research shows, you're much more likely to speak up on the issues that most directly concern you, and you're less likely to find kindred spirits who share the same challenges. Our Women in Leadership program is designed to empower women en route to the C-suite, very simply by identifying what are the pathways to the C-suite. What does it take to step up from being a great technical or functional expert, a great team leader, to stepping up to a bigger, broader, enterprise-wide role where you're also managing up, you're managing a broad array of stakeholders, you're much more responsible for strategy and vision, and in many ways your job is to lead change.
We're focusing a lot on skill development. So it's a very practical program, far less about the theory of leadership or the theory of gender in leadership, and much more about what women, these women in particular, need to be effective, to identify opportunities and to be effective in pursuing those opportunities.
Growing your leadership takes practice, takes feedback, takes iteration. And so we've designed our Women in Leadership program with this in mind.
The learning techniques that really differentiate it from others in the market come down to, I would say, two in particular. The first is the role of the sponsor. So it's not unusual for a sponsor to nominate a participant to a leadership program. In ours, that sponsor is with the participant throughout the entire journey. So they start with the online component in the very beginning, right, where they're meeting with the faculty and meeting with the coach. So we're all sort of in this together is the idea. Then throughout the week, they will be working back and forth with the sponsor. The sponsor then continues on with them after the program. The reason this is so important is that you can launch a program that's really marvelous, has lots of really wonderful components, lots of opportunities for learning and development, and then the participant goes back to work and it's sort of business as usual. And it's hard to figure out where I can start to use some of these new skills and how I can have an impact. So our focus here is to say, how do we kind of make sure that when women return to the workplace, that they've got a champion there, that they've got someone saying, okay, let's try to put some of these skills into practice. And that, I think, is what's so special about our approach, that sponsors will really partner with the women in the program and then help them after the program is over to make sure that they're having the impact that they need to in the organization. We think that's going to pay off in terms of promotion and career acceleration. So we're really excited about it.